Hi, everybody, and welcome to Senior Night at Buzz Bowling Arena. It's Jeff and Levi and our entire Channel 5 crew here tonight as the Lady Cats and the Wampus Cats take on Mount St. Mary and Catholic in that order, and that's how we'll play. Always Mount St. Mary first because they play the Lady Cats, then we'll get the Wampus Cats after that, and we're glad to be here tonight. We'll honor our seniors, only 2 Lady Cat seniors. That won't take very long. There's a few more guys, and we'll get to them in just a little while. Starters being introduced right now by public address announcer Tim Roach. The starters for Lauren Ramsey's Mount St. Mary Bells. Number 2, Catherine Althoff. Number 5, Natalie Snook. Number 14, Peyton Grice. Number 21, Caitlin Tarini. And number 22, Sarah Sager. Lauren Ramsey starts 2 seniors, Peyton Grice and Sarah Sager, names that we remember from the past. Now the starters for the Lady Cats. Reagan Rhodsell, one of the juniors, along with Maya Yelder, a junior, and Asia Smith. Those 3 juniors, along with these 2 senior starters.
I like how many juniors we have.
Junior.
Because it's been a great year, so that means, hey, you got more to look forward to next year with 3 of your starters being juniors. And one of your sixth Lady Cat off the bench is a sophomore. She's putting up good minutes for you, too. But these 2 seniors, while there's only 2, man, they have had such a big impact on this team this year, and both of them in the starting lineup.
Cardrina Nolan introduced theirs, averaging just about 9 points a game and almost 7 rebounds a game. Alyssa Netherlane averaging over 5 points a game, and she has been so steady, and she plays that important role in the 1-3-1 when that's the defense that Coach Nance goes to. So we will watch how those 2 seniors play their final game at Buzz Bowling Arena. It is not their final game, though. We're on the road Friday night at Bryant. We'll have that game for you live. And then next week, this team has got a very, very good chance if they take care of business. That's the great thing about the girls' situation is they truly control their own destiny.
Right.
They win the next 2 games by at least 8 tonight, by at least 8 on Friday. No matter what Fort Smith Northside and North Little Rock do in their games tonight and Friday night, it won't matter. Conway will have had enough of a lead in the tiebreaker by the narrowest of margins to be able to get that number 1 seed, and we'll see how all that plays out. First things first, got to take care of Mount St. Mary and need to take care of them by at least 10 to be able to get those very crucial 10 AAA points that are used as a tiebreaker. Entry pass to Cardrina Nolan, and the senior, rightfully so, scores the first 2 points of the game.
It does make things very simple if you're a Lady Cat fan.
Yes.
Is, hey, just take care of your business at home and then on the road at Bryant, and you're going to walk away with that 1 seed.
Stolen away and an entry pass. Alyssa Netherlane pulls it down. Asia Smith on the block, off the glass. Smith with her first 2.
It may seem like a little thing, but I love what we just saw there by Netherlane pulling up. So often these Lady Cats, they're just push, and sometimes they work themselves into a bad situation. And smart move by the senior there to pull things out and find the open person and get an easy bucket.
Whistled for the foul. That is Alyssa Netherlane, her first, team's first. And we're a minute in. Peyton Grice knocks down the jumper for Mount St. Mary. Asia Smith strong to the basket and scores. Asia Smith, 4 points early on, and it's 6-2.
You might see Asia have a big breakout game tonight.
She's averaging 15.5 points a game. Maya Yelder just behind her by a couple of points at 13.5. Reagan Rhodsell, talked about Reagan for a moment earlier. You look at her stats, she's at 9.6 points a game. She is right there on the verge of getting in double figures on her average as well.
She had a huge game last Friday, 18 points coming off of 6 3-pointers, and they needed them. Every time they got in a rough patch in that 4th quarter, when they needed a big shot, they went to Rhodsell, and she nailed it.
Double team on the side. Pass inside and off the glass. That's Catherine Althoff, and it's 6-4. Here's Maya Yelder. Good look to Cardrina Nolan. Playing with confidence and ease off the glass. Lady Cats are shooting at a high percentage right now.
I think Cardrina needs to work on these last 2 games is finding ways to stay out of foul trouble. You look at the games they've had, they've struggled in. It's because she's been on the bench for most of the game.
Yelder throws it away, but the bell as she gathered it up, stepped out of bounds. Sarah Sager, and you're right, Levi, that's huge. Bryant this week and then into the state tournament next week, and you can't afford to have a star player. You can't afford to have a senior, someone who gets you 9 points a game and 7 rebounds a game, sitting next to Coach Nance.
Yeah, well, when you have a 7-player rotation.
That's correct,
It
yes.
really throws a wrench into the whole plan whenever one of your starters is on the bench 2 minutes into the game.
Cardrina misses the shot, but she will go to the free throw line.
I've been thinking about that Central game a lot this weekend, and I think we talked about it some after the game was over, in between, before the guys' game. I really can't pinpoint anything that Conway necessarily did wrong in that game other than just not handling the press well late in the fourth quarter. But it was the free throw differential was so out of whack. That's really what kept Central in that game, and then their press worked some wonders at the end. But afterwards I was like, I can't really point at anything as a fault for Conway. They really had a strong game that night on the road.
And that is a tough environment and a very good team. We were talking off the air tonight. When you start looking at the state tournament and who you're going to play and where the matchups are, I'll tell you, based on what we saw last Friday night, I don't want to be matched up with
Right?
Central. That's going to be a 4 seed that can really wreak some havoc in their half of the bracket. And at this point, if they are the 4 seed, a win in the first round matches them up against Fayetteville. I can promise you, Fayetteville's had a great year. They haven't seen anything like what Central can do and what they're able to do defensively, especially Aaron Barnum inside. And again, Fayetteville's really, really good. I don't want to take anything away from them, but Central is, and we mentioned it during our broadcast, if Central didn't have to play Conway home and home, Northside home and home, and North Little Rock home and home, they would have a completely different record than they have right now. But they're forced to play those 3 teams, and Fayetteville just doesn't have to match the competition in Northwest Arkansas game to game.
Yeah. When you look at these top 4 teams, though, the 3 on the Central side and then Fayetteville in the West, that's a good top 4 of. We're gonna have to see some great basketball next week. I was talking with a colleague today at work, and I mentioned the state tournament being next week, and she was like, "It's already next week? What?" Yeah, March is coming.
Reagan Rotzel picking up where she left off Friday night. Knocks down another 3-pointer. She has had an unbelievable season shooting the basketball from out there. Her 70th made 3-pointer of the year. Correction, 81st made 3-pointer of the year. She's made 70 more than the next closest Lady Cat.
That's a stat.
Which I think I completely butchered, by the way. Let me get that straight.
Yeah, that didn't sound.
I'm sorry, the attempts.
Okay.
She has attempted 70 more than the next closest Lady Cat.
That sounds right.
Yeah, no, and that is accurate, I promise. Asia Smith just messed up the math on that again. High off the glass, Jada Pickens can't get it to go. But Reagan knows her game. It is to shoot 3-pointers and to block 3-pointers.
Well, we talked about it so much a week or so ago after that Cabot game where she was kind of absent in that Cabot game. We were talking about how dangerous she can be in the state tournament if she's got that shot going like she did at Central.
Asia Smith misses the 3-pointer. Kaja Chapman can't get it to go. Jada Pickens gets the offensive rebound. There's Reagan. Rotzel over to Asia Smith. Good pass inside to Kaja Chapman. Basket off the glass and in.
Another great move from Kaja. And what I would like her to work on is just a little bit softer touch right around the basket. Sometimes she gets so excited and she just puts it up a little too hard.
Quick shot, no good by Natalie Snook, and the Lady Cats are in transition. Leading 15-4 with just about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Make it 17-4, and Lauren Ramsey wants a timeout. All Lady Cats in the first 5 minutes. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Courtside Cats here tonight doing their normal great job. 5 minutes in, Lady Cats doing their seemingly normal great job, leading 17-4.
Yeah, shooting 64% from the field in the early going, 7 of 11, and 1 of 3 from the three-point line. 5 points leading the way, both Asia Smith and Cardrina Nolan.
Ebony Kyle comes up with the ball after it's tipped by Asia Smith, and foul. Be the third team foul against the Bells. This Bell team been outmatched a lot this year. They are an official record of 2-22. They're 1-11 in the conference. One of those regular season wins and the one conference win came by way of a forfeit to Cabot. They are, of course, matched up with Little Rock Catholic as two schools basically serving as one. And they play in the 7A and have struggled for the past few years. And it would be hard for anybody to play in the 7A Central girls basketball. Ebony Kyle, check that. Jada Pickens knocks down the three-pointer. And it is 20-4.
I feel like that might be the first three-pointer we've seen Jada make in the games that we've done. She typically is slashing to that basket.
She has made 6 three-pointers on the season, 6 of 34 now, so not a great percentage, but I do believe that may be the first that we've seen.
It's an area that the sophomore can work on as she'll have more and more looks the next few years.
Blocked. Pickens got us a block there. It's still loose. Alyssa Netherlane fighting forward along with Natalie Snook.
Who else? Who else on the floor?
Well, of course. Checking her elbow. Little floor burn there. So the 5 on the court for the Lady Cats. Ebony Kyle, Maya Yelder, Cardrina Nolan, Reagan Rotzel, and Alyssa Netherlane.
It's a good chance tonight to get some other Lady Cats in on some early action and see what you got. You just never know. Never know what can happen as you get into tournament play.
No, you don't. And you good to have a little bit of game experience, especially late in the year. On the baseline, the shot is no good by Caitlin Tarini. And in transition, the Lady Cats. Yelder behind the back dribble. Reagan Rotzel for 3. No good. Minute and a half to play in the first quarter. All Lady Cats. Shot misses everything by Grice. Out of bounds, going to be Conway basketball. Boys game will follow. Boys have a tremendous amount to be playing for.
Yeah,
so do the girls. The girls, if they take care of business the way they should, the schedule is favorable, they'll end up where they probably should all along, and that's that number 1 seed. Guys have got some work to do. Off the glass and in. Cardrina Nolan. 7 points in the first quarter for the senior. Under a minute to play, the Lady Cats have had a 24-point first quarter. Moving the ball around the perimeter.
Oh.
Reagan Rotzel continues her lead. That is her 30th blocked shot on the year.
Well, as I always say, this is my Reagan Rotzel impersonation. That's what I do. I shoot threes, not you.
I think I've heard you say more like Reagan Rotzel than I've heard Reagan Rotzel say like Reagan Rotzel. So I imagine that's what she sounds like. Great dish to Alyssa Netherlane off the glass. How about Maya Yelder? Leads the team with 4.5 assists a game and had a great one there. 26-4. And a travel. Oh, they're going to call double dribble. So 26 seconds. And it's 26-4. Conway leading Mount St. Mary.
They going to get to 30?
It's a pretty impressive first quarter, isn't it? They won 63-28 when the teams played on January 23rd. Conway won big that night, and they're 8 minutes into this one on their way to doing the same thing. Cardrina Nolan can't get it to go. They're going to get Cardrina for over the back. Second team foul called on the Lady Cats. First on Cardrina. So 2 team fouls for the Lady Cats. It's each of the 2 seniors who have committed the 2 fouls. Shot is blocked, the 31st block of the year for Reagan Rotzel, and it is all Lady Cats 26-4. 60-second break, and we come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Legacy Fencing, we make an intentional effort to make the fencing process simple. Once you call our office, we will schedule a time to meet with you and understand the details of your project. Within 48 hours, you will receive an estimate. After you choose to proceed, a date will be set and your salesperson will bring our well-qualified installers to begin your fencing project. Only after you are completely satisfied, an invoice is mailed to you and even payment can be made over the phone. Quick, easy, and efficient. That's Legacy Fencing. It's fencing for a lifetime.
26-4 is our score after 1 quarter of play. I feel like I have to get this stat right because I spent so much time working on it, but I couldn't communicate it very well. Reagan Rotzel now has attempted 71 more three-pointers than the second most on the team. She has made 37 more three-pointers.
Oh, wow.
That's still a pretty impressive number.
That is.
It's not 70, but she's made 37 more three-pointers than the second most on the team. Rotzel for 3. Bottom of the net. Reagan Rotzel. 2 three-pointers. She's got 6 points. That's what she does. She makes three-pointers and she blocks shots.
That's what she does.
29-4. Lady Cats absolutely dominating. Wanting to take care of business tonight. And then on the road at Bryant. And then they will be the #1 seed out of the 7A Central. Jada Pickens off the glass. No good. Rebound fought for, still loose. It's going to be Mallory Howard that comes out of there with it for Mount St. Mary.
Taking a look at the stats from the first quarter, still leading the way, tied Asia Smith and Cardrina Nolan with 7 apiece. And then a smattering of Lady Cats with 3 or 2 points. Still shooting 58% from the field.
Layup is no good. Good effort by Torini, but couldn't get it to fall. Pickens hands the ball off to Asia Smith, one of those Lady Cats with 7 points. Reagan Rotzel scored the only 3 of this quarter, so she's within a point of the team leaders now with 6. 6.5 to play. It is 29-4. Asia Smith and Maya Yelder out here out top. We'll tell you more about those two and how the state's going to learn more about them this week. 3-pointer drained by Maya Yelder. It is 32-4. We have played 10 minutes. Pass inside, foul. Kaja Chapman got in the way of Emily Elsey, and it is going to be first on Kaja. Knocked away. Jada Pickens gets the steal. 2-on-1 if they hurry, and they do. Too strong, the offensive rebound, and the follow. It is a 30-point advantage for the Lady Cats over Mount St. Mary. Pass inside. Knocked loose, Reagan Rotzel. Mount St. Mary holds on to it, though. That's Howard. 10-foot shot off the back of the rim, no good. And Kaja Chapman, her second personal foul.
Already at that 30-point mark. That's a crazy number.
I mean, it barely took. It was a few ticks under 6, so it took just a few minutes more, or a few seconds more than 10 minutes of game time to have a 30-point lead. If they're still leading by 30 at the start of the second half, then the clock will run for the entirety of the second half.
I'm not going to lie, Jeff. I did tell my wife as I was leaving, I know the first game's going to be short, so I might be home a little early tonight.
If you jinx this. 34-5.
Well,
here's the comeback.
I'm not known for jinxing things, am I? I mean, that's not.
I don't think that's what you're known for.
That's not a thing that always happens
I think
every time.
You're known for talking about your casual attire at work.
And my Reagan Rotzel
And your Reagan Rotzel impersonation, yes. Cardrina Nolan, an offensive rebound. Maya Yelder for 3. Got it. Rattled it home. 37-5. Maya has 8 now. A couple of three-pointers here in the second quarter. Going for the steal. Loose ball. Still loose, and Reagan Rotzel will come up with it. Asia Smith. Stops. Left side. Rotzel. Corner to Alyssa Netherlane. Perfect. Bottom of the net for Alyssa Netherlane. The senior has 5, and it is 40-5.
Get the senior more looks.
Get her the ball. We have seen some impressive performances, but they're playing like this is just a pickup game. Tipped, stolen away, Reagan Rotzel.
You know, it's one thing that's nice about this particular senior night. Sometimes you have seniors that don't play as much as these two.
Right.
These two are starters, so you don't have to worry about, getting them some time on the court.
We have definitely seen years where it's been 5 starters that are getting their first starts of the year, or at least many of them, but that's not the case at all, like you said. Cardrina Nolan, outlet pass to Asia Smith. She'll track it down. Asia, wide open for 3. Got it. It's just not fair. 43-5. 4 minutes exactly to play in the second quarter. We take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Prevent break-ins with Conway Corp Home Security. Arm windows and doors with sensors plus motion detectors throughout the house. All monitored 24/7. See inside and out with live video feed and control it all with your all-in-one touchscreen panel or from your mobile device. We make it easy to protect what matters. Security for you, powered by us.
So the Lady Cats lead 43-5. That is not a misprint on your screen. Halfway through the second quarter.
Well, they're shooting 54% from the three-point line. Their season average is right around 30, 31. It changes from week to week. But, yeah,
shooting, so making more than half tonight.
Yeah, 24% better on the night.
Layup is good by Mabry Metters. It's 43-7. Pickens. Jada will kick it out to Ebony Kyle. Back to Jada Pickens. Rotzel. Netherlane. Back to Kyle. She'll shoot a three-pointer. Front of the rim, no good. Cardrina Nolan, well, she's playing a fantastic game. Great offensive rebound. She was 8 feet from the basket there.
Yeah, that was some distance there, but she had that soft touch.
And gets a steal. Ebony Kyle, she lays it in, and the lead is 40.
I was thinking about these seniors, prepping for tonight's game, and I was thinking about Cardrina and that important role that she plays in the middle of that 1-3-1. Just the length on her arm span and just the way she can be so deceptively quick to fill space that you're not expecting her to fill.
2 tries at it, knocked loose, still loose. And Ebony Kyle will come out of there with it. Ebony, the sophomore, 5'7". Expect big things from her in the years to come. A 40-point lead with 2.5 to play in the first half. Pickens is fouled. Called a foul on Metters, Mabry Metters. And Kaja Chapman will come in. I admittedly just print off top 7. I might get Ebony Kyle in there, maybe 8 when it comes to stats to prepare for the game, because that's really basically as deep as Coach Nance has gone. I printed everyone tonight in anticipation of maybe this exact thing happening. Entry to Kaja Chapman, kicking it out to Reagan Rotzel. Got it. Reagan Rotzel.
Goodness.
3 3-pointers in the first half, and it is 50-7.
50 points before halftime.
So they're on a pace to score 100. Shot is missed. Rebound taken up by Kaja Chapman. Here they come.
There was a game like this, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. where they got to like almost 80, and there was still a lot of time left in the fourth quarter.
Then did they back off?
They did, yeah, they did after that. But we were steady, wanting them to go for it. But
52-7 now. Jump ball. Possession arrow is going to keep the ball on this end. Minute and a half to play. 52-7 is indeed the score. You're just turning on the television, wondering if that's correct. It is. Couple of steps that were not called. Three-point basket, or excuse me, just inside the three-point line. Shot is missed by Torini.
I think the refs, you know,
kind of look the other way a little bit.
Yeah, they look the other way when you're down by almost 50.
It's almost as if they're allowing the clock to run now. No reason to call it. Let's just let the clock run out. Minute 5 to go in the first half, 52-7. The clock will run the entire second half. Then we'll have senior night, and then the big boys game against Catholic. Foul will be called. Sarah Sager whistled for the foul. And you know, we haven't talked much about these bells. We don't spend a lot of time talking about the visiting team all the time. Sometimes we do, but I've been on and I've broadcast for teams that struggle to compete, and it's hard. And these kids get out and they practice every game, and their parents travel all over the state. And so kudos to them for working hard, trying to hang in what's a very, very difficult environment. And there's a lot of times that's hard, but they are, again, just kudos to them for sticking it out and playing as hard as they can tonight. Catholic and Mount St. Mary, of course, are combined, and then the way the multiplier goes, they play in the 7A because of how many students they have and what the multiplier is. That's why their student population is actually lower than the 7A schools, but they play up into the 7A, similar to what Pulaski Academy does, or Conway Christian I'm sure does as well with being a private school. But if you're watching this and thinking, well, they're outmatched, in some ways maybe they are, but that's the way that the system works with them being matched up with one another. 53-7. Shot on the baseline is missed by Allison Allgood. And the Lady Cats coming down the court again. Ebony Kyle has it blocked, and she will go to the free throw line.
That's 2 hard fouls she's taken on the last few possessions. She wants to get in that scoring line tonight as well.
Ebony Kyle. Hits the free throw. She's averaging just a little over a point a game in her limited time. I say limited, but she's really the third player off the bench. Second free throw is missed, and a foul will be called on Kaja Chapman. That's going to be Kaja's third. You talked about how important it was for Cardrina to stay out of foul trouble and just to kind of go through a game where you don't get in foul trouble. Kaja needs to remember the same. I bet you she gets some more minutes in the second half to work on doing just that, playing defense and not fouling. Three-point attempt is no good. Attempted by Torini, and that's going to bring the first half to a close. Our score after one half of play, it is Conway 54 and Mount St. Mary 7. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, The Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
All right, welcome you back to Buzz Bowling Arena. That tells the whole story. Conway leading Mount St. Mary 54-7. Conway gets the ball to begin the second half, and they will begin the second half with their starters on the court. Cardrina Nolan gets the first pass, tries a three-pointer, doesn't get it to go.
You kind of wonder how long we'll see this starting 5.
Honestly, a little surprised to see them start the second half, but
yeah. Let's take a look at these halftime numbers. Asia Smith leading the way. Only Lady Cat in double figures with 10 points. And then you got Maya Yelder with 8. And Cardrina Nolan with 7. Rotzel with 6. And Pickens and Netherland each with 5. And Lady Cat's still shooting 54% from the three-point line, 7 of 13. And shooting 55% from the field.
Wow.
So great shooting night for these Lady Cats on senior night.
They're playing so loose. I mean, they're just, you know, they're just muscle memory almost, and so it is impressive to watch when they play that way. It's not always easy to play that way. Obviously, a lot of times you face some challenges that don't allow you just to play that way. But so far tonight, they have been able to. Another three-point attempt by Cardrina Nolan. She gets the rebound and off the glass a little bit closer this time, fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. Nope, going to be out of bounds. Asia Smith thought about the three and pulled it down. We will have a running clock, of course. That might get some people on the bench. Maya Yelder cleaned up a bad miss by Alyssa Netherlane. And now a foul will be called on Yelder. And here come the reserves.
I told you wrong, Jeff.
What did you lie to me about?
I was looking at the wrong numbers. I didn't have my – although really it's the same.
Okay.
They're shooting 58% from the field, still at 53%. So 8 of 15 from the three-point line.
All right, new players in. Tamaya Wiseman is in. Lydia York is in. Ebony Kyle, Jada Pickens, and Kaija Chapman also come in, but seen Lydia York and Tamaya Wiseman for the first time.
So final numbers for the starters. I just got those in. I'm just getting them all in.
Yeah, no, go crazy.
Rapid
Clock's
succession.
Running, so.
2 starters finish in double figures tonight. Maya Elder and Asia Smith each with 10. Reagan Rotzel finishes with 9. Cardrina Nolan also finishes with 9. And Alyssa Netherland finishes with 5. And Jada Pickens, who's still out on the court, she's still out on the court, has 7 points tonight.
And apparently I have been lying to all of you nice people because the clock is not running. Is it just a fourth quarter sportsmanship rule?
I thought it was the entire second half.
I thought it was too, if you're up by 30 at any point in the second half. So the clock is stopped with 6:03 to go in the third quarter. Free throws are good by Ebony Kyle, and it is 58-11. Step back three-pointer is no good. Ebony Kyle with the rebound. Three-point missed by Peyton Grice. Dish out to York. Wiseman. That's Ebony Kyle. Kaija Chapman beyond the three-point line to Wiseman. Finds York. Entry pass. Good strong move by Kaija Chapman, but she is fouled, and hands the ball to the referee, and she'll go to the free throw line. First free throw is missed. Kaja, a 58% free throw shooter on the year. And the second one is good, and it is 59-11. Classy students starting to show up. There's a couple of rows of them, and there'll be more before the guys' game gets started. Knocked away. Wiseman with the steal. Lydia York comes up with it. York gets the ball to Jada Pickens. Back to Lydia York. Wiseman. Kick out to Kaja Chapman for three. No good. Lydia York. Kind of a role reversal there. York would normally be outside with Chapman on the offensive glass. Wiseman flies through there, but it's stolen back, and a bucket for Mount St. Mary. Basket by Sager. Pass inside to Kaja Chapman, high off the glass and in. 61-13.
And you know these Lady Cat reserve players, they're not going to just lay up.
No, absolutely not.
They want to get on that scoreboard too.
Great move, can't finish. Well, at halftime, we saw the 9th grade Conway Blue side. Both won conference championships. And that was both the boys and the girls, of course. And so when the girls were going off the court, the current Lady Cats lined up there, slapping hands with them. The present and the future of Lady Cat basketball. And there's more great players on the way, that's for certain.
I'm working on my Conway features this week for 501 Live. So I'm doing a feature on Asia Smith and on Scott Ashby. And I asked Asia, you know, what's it been like playing for Coach Nance? And her quote, I think, was just so telling about Nance. This was the quote. She's really hard on me on the court, and off the court, she's like my best friend.
Really? There you go. I mean, that is the relationship she has with these girls. We've heard it time and time again, how they feel that way about her.
I was like, yeah, I see that. Especially last Friday when we were closer to the action. We could not only see it, but hear it.
Very much hear it. 61-15. T. Rector in the game. That's Wiseman. T. Rector wears number 21. And they have slipped a young lady in the game whose number I do not have, or name I do not have. They're 34, so we'll have to have Scott listen to the public address announcer if she does anything. Number 34. Out of bounds. Going to stay on this end.
He's got Cardrina in as her. Oh. Cardrina might get some extra points tonight.
Hey, whatever. Increase that, maybe get her closer to 10 points a game.
34 for us.
Efforting right now to see if we have a 34 in. Shot is up and good. Rice gets it.
Well, we just need her to get the ball and score.
And yeah, then we'll know. Lady Cats on the road on Friday night. They had to win tonight and win by 10, which they're going to do. And so then they'll have to play at Bryant on have to win at Bryant, play at Bryant on Friday night.
They're having the same issue. They're looking
I don't know who she is either.
They're looking. You can see them at the bottom of your screen.
It's a mystery. Well, her family and friends know who she is.
We think it's Olivia Kilgore. Who's
Olivia
marked as 32 on our roster.
And she's 6'1", so yeah, that's her. 6'1".
Yeah,
That's some good size.
She's wearing the Shaquille O'Neal jersey tonight.
Got
he wore 34, right, at some point?
Yeah, I think
and 32 as well. Yeah.
So Olivia Kilgore in the game, number 34.
Well, it is exciting. I mean, you mentioned her size. The part about the second half that's exciting is we get a preview of what the future looks like.
Right.
For Lady Cat basketball.
Wiseman to throw it in.
And we know, I mean, of course, you've got Yelder and you've got Rotzel.
And Smith coming back.
Smith, and then Pickens and Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, realistically, that's your starting 5 next year, right?
Yep. Ebony Kyle might try to make her way in, but yeah, most likely it's those 5.
But beyond that, now we get to see what does the rest look like.
Hey.
Who are the 2 or 3 that are going to be in that rotation as well?
Lydia York, deep 3-pointer won't go. And we saw some young ladies on the court at halftime, some of those 9th grade players.
Right.
They're liable to come up next year and have something to say about it. Shot is up and in. Grice with the basket. Peyton Grice.
Which really, when you think about it, it just lets you know.
Wow. Lydia York, 5'4" sophomore. That was a deep 3.
Deep 3, yeah. It lets you know just how special a player that Savannah Lowe was. That she was able to get on the court as a freshman.
And, yeah, get on the court and contribute to a team that played the state championship game. Did they win it her freshman year?
That would have been – they won in 2014, so she would have been a sophomore, I think, that year.
Yeah. Well, no, she was a freshman because she graduated last year, right? 17, she was a senior, so 16 a junior, 15. So, yeah, 2014, she was a freshman, contributed to a state championship team.
That's right, because that was the year before I came back.
Yeah. And then 15, 16, 17.
She really
15
contributed
and 16,
then.
Yeah, exactly. 15, 16 made it all the way back to the state tournament finals. 66-19. That's why we're talking about the past and the future, and Ebony Kyle, part of the present. Off the glass, soft shot. 68-19. Final score was 63-28 when they played a few weeks ago. York whistled for the foul. Ball is out of bounds. Going to be Conway ball.
They might get to 70 here in the third quarter.
They might. I was thinking they'd get to 25, 50, 75. If they get to 75, I just don't see them getting to 100, though. They can get to 70. Averaging 25 a quarter, though, basically. Loose ball, won't get there this trip.
Well, they're up by 49 points.
Yeah, comfortable lead. The Mount St. Mary team that is 2-22 on the year, and their one conference victory was by forfeit. It's just been a tough year for Lauren Ramsey and her Mount St. Mary Bells. 25 seconds to go. T. Rector, entry pass. That's Kilgore.
Oh, come on.
The basket's good, but it's going to be a foul called on Olivia Kilgore.
She can't help it. She has so much leverage. Not her fault.
She didn't ask to be 6'1". 68-19. Lydia York got a hand in the way of the pass. Good dish inside. A good double clutch shot by Mallory Howard. Teammates smiling with her while they come down the court. 68-21. Last few seconds, got to get a shot up. T. Rector does, and it does not go. And the fourth quarter is coming up next. Conway, 8 minutes away from having their 24th win on the season. 68-21, our scores would go to the fourth quarter. 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
At U.S. Truck Accessories, we've got everything you need to accessorize your ride. We carry a huge variety of truck accessories, including bed covers and camper shells painted to match your truck, starting at only $995. Plus, U.S. Truck Accessories is your trailer hitch headquarters. Whether you need a gooseneck hitch, fifth wheel, or receiver hitch, we've got you covered. We're also the area's newest Go-Light dealer. We offer quality products at competitive prices and installation on everything we sell. U.S. Truck Accessories, 1335 East Oak Street in Conway.
Back to action here in the fourth quarter. Wild shot. Ooh, been a hard fall. Popping up is Michaela Reed. She will go to the free throw line. Hope her glasses are okay. You know, we always like players that wear glasses. Kindred spirits.
Yes.
She will go to the line.
Now it's running. That's what Scott said.
And the sportsmanship rule taking effect in the fourth quarter when you're up by 30, which we are. So this game's moving along pretty quickly. That's not the case tonight between North Little Rock and Bryant, as they are playing in North Little Rock. They're just halfway through the second quarter there, and North Little Rock leads Bryant 19-14. Close. Conway's going to win this game by more than 10, and what that's going to mean is no matter what happens in the other two games tonight with Northside and North Little Rock, all Conway has to do is win by 6 at Bryant on Friday night. If they do, then they will have enough points in the AAA tiebreaker system to have more than the most possible points that the other two teams could have. So we're looking at a win by 6 or more on Friday night, and this team will be the #1 seed coming out of the 7A Central.
Maybe.
70-23. Free throw is good by Allgood. Second one is good. Five and a half to go. Clock running here in the fourth quarter. We'll have senior night festivities between games. The two Lady Cats and a handful of Wampus Cats that are seniors that'll be recognized. We'll invite you to check out our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter both, to be able to see the footage from tonight's senior night festivities. We'll be posting that tonight in real time. So as you're watching this game, it's already been posted, so you can go back and check that out. We wanted people to be able to watch it and see that on Tuesday night and when it actually happens. So we can have that up for you quickly and a chance to honor these seniors. (70-27). Shot is up. Charge. So we're going the other way. Deja Jolivet.
And if I sound a little distracted tonight, it's not because I don't care about the second half.
Oh, you care.
I care deeply. But I'm doing a little double duty right now. So
you're handling all the social media responsibilities, at least the posting and the photography.
Yeah, I've made my way down to the court a few times tonight. I always say this during football season. I miss it. I miss being down on the field or down on the court. It's fun getting down there and getting that perspective.
Emily Cecil in the game, number 44. Yeah, it's a totally different atmosphere when you're down on the field level or court level for sure. 3.5 to go. We've got, thanks to the flu and other job responsibilities, we've had a kind of a makeshift crew a few times tonight, or a few times this latter part of the season. 3.5 to go. And the seniors, Alyssa Netherlane and Cardrina Nolan, are at the scorer's table. They will come in at the next whistle and get one final chance to be on the court. Emily Cecil drains the three-pointer. Timeout called just to change players here. Cardrina Nolan and Alyssa Netherlane, the seniors, getting a chance to play these last 3 minutes on their home court. I've been able to kind of see firsthand the way that this program has been built You see it in the 7th grade teams where you've got the 4 middle schools. You've got 4 7th grade teams, and those 4 7th grade teams become 2 8th grade teams and 2 9th grade teams, and those teams become the Lady Cats.
All right.
And the way that the players work and work and work and get themselves to a place where they're some of the last 15, 17 girls that are standing, knocked down three-pointer there. And so Maya Hallman knocked that down. But again, what you see, and now Cardrina and Alyssa will come out to a nice applause. They get a chance to shake hands with their teammates. But what you're seeing is that from all these girls that start out in 7th grade, they realize, I can make it, I can do this, or maybe I can't.
Yeah.
And the ones that can do and the ones that can't end up doing something else, and that's okay.
That's just as valid of a turnout, for them, because then they can go and find what they need to be doing.
Absolutely. my daughter's a perfect example of that. I thought, my daughter's tall. Everyone's always said, you play basketball? Well, she has, but she's taken to volleyball, and she loves the sport. And so that's where her future lies, is playing volleyball. And so, but my goodness, to get to play in this system, Lydia York knocking down a three-pointer, but to get a chance to play in this system under the coaches that she's had has been valuable, valuable experience.
Might break 80 tonight.
It's a chance, yeah, chance.
If Lydia York keeps pulling up those deep threes like she's been doing.
We have scored 80 twice this year, but we haven't done so since November.
Definitely hasn't happened in conference.
No, yeah, it hasn't happened since November. The Battle on Barrow Road, they played a couple of games there. They scored 89 and 82 in those 2 games. So that went well.
They almost hit 90.
Wow. So a chance here in conference if they can in the final minute. Howard stops and shoots from the elbow and knocks it off the glass. 79-33. York running shot that won't go.
She wanted that 80th
She
point.
did. You can tell from her reaction. She's hit 2 3-pointers tonight. Tipped out to Allgood. That's Aubert. 3-pointer off the glass. And it is 79-36. This one has been over for a really long time. Conway led 26-4 after the first quarter and led 54-7 at halftime. Tie ball there, but the clock will continue to run, and they may not get the pass off before the final few seconds. Tick off the clock here. And that is going to be our final score. Impressive performance on senior night. Alyssa Netherlane and Cardrina Nolan, they will lead the team in the handshake line. Great job by those ladies, and great job by the Lady Cats tonight. Final score 79-36. Lady Cats improved to 24-3 overall, 11-2 in conference play. Mount St. Mary drops to 2-23, and they are 1-12 in the 7A Central. Some of the final numbers that stand out to you.
Yeah, looking at the final stats tonight, 2 Lady Cats finished in double figures. That's Asia Smith and Maya Yelder, 2 juniors. Your seniors tonight, last home game for them.
Yeah.
Alyssa Netherland finishes with 5 points, and Cardrina Nolan finishes with 9. Lady Cats shot 46% from the field and came all the way down to 33% from the three-point line.
Yeah,
it was as high as 54% at one point. So great shooting night for these Lady Cats.
79-36, again, the final score. The Lady Cats roll to a huge victory tonight over Mount St. Mary. Once again, what has to happen on Friday night, a Lady Cat win by 6 points or more, and there's nothing that Northside or North Little Rock can do that can overtake them. So a win on Friday by at least 6, they will be the #1 seed and will play at 4 o'clock on Friday at North Little Rock. Of course, Friday night when we're live, we'll talk a whole lot more about this and kind of set up the scenarios, but that's the simplest way it looks right now with Conway taking care of business tonight. We'll take a break here. Again, we'll have the senior night activities that are going on. It'll be on social media, so as you're watching this, you think, oh, I want to see that. Go to our Facebook page, go to Twitter, and you can see the highlights from that, as we'll have some of that footage for you there. Stick around. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the tip-off of the boys' game on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Since 1902, Ott Insurance has been protecting what's important to you, featuring Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners is ranked among the Fortune 500 14 years in a row.
We were victims of the tornadoes of both 2011 and 2014. Our Ott Insurance agents worked really hard to make sure we were fully compensated for our losses.
You ought to call us today. That's Ott Insurance in downtown Conway.